Hello, my name is Carlson Niz, and I'm the owner of a small company called Cal's Micro Company. So right now is a small business right now, and what we do for a service is two individual types. One is 3D printing prototypes and components. Another service is teaching individual customers that want to learn or have a career toward engineering related field toward computer drafting. And we are located here at the Navaltech Innovation Center at Church Rock, New Mexico. And there's another building that we're being renovated right now is toward Gallup, New Mexico, in the downtown section. So what we do here at Cal's Micro Company is basically just two service that we do. One is 3D printing service of components and prototypes. We 3D print parts, replicas, and replacement components for customers' needs and their ideas to come out. Then another service that we do is a one-to-one teaching. We do teach computer aided draftings and various components of softwares. One is the SolidWorks, Inventor Professional, Tinkercad, SketchUp, Onshape, and then the other components that we teach softwares. We basically focus toward the kindergarten to 12th grade or to a high school level and toward college students, and then at the adults that's interested in the career toward engineering or if they're interested in computer drafting. And the idea is that for these 3D printing service, we can teach the individuals to enhance their further understandings and then using these knowledge to actually make more components in the future. For example, we do teach them and teach moldings with 3D printing. We do castings with recycling metals and recycling components and other methods too that we can implement towards is another service, which is the second one we will discuss. The next goal is the STEM learning. We do focus toward the audience. Our focus will be on the educational part, which is toward the kindergarten to high school level. The other one's the college areas towards students, college students, if they're interested in learning computer drafting, a little more further understanding, and the adults as well if they're interested in the career change or if they're refreshing their minds on the computer drafting. Now, we do implement one of the 3D printing services with the projects that will be given. We do electrical components, which is Arduino's, Raspberry, Jetson Nanos, that is very interested toward electrical engineering or engineering related that's for projects. We also do is the projects developments toward rovers, very small scales that if they're interested in making their own components and how it's going to be function and how it's working. And the last one is the implementing toward additive manufacturing that is related toward the bottom items, that is the additional resources until further notice, which it'll be discussed right now. So one of the two resources that's being discussed right now is recycling and going green hydroponics. So to discuss the recycling business, we recycle materials too as well to actually make a Cal's micro company into a smaller manufacturing system. What's the idea is that we want to recycle materials, that's true, but at the same time we can actually have two services. One's for resale and one's for our personal projects development. um, the first one for resales, there is a good amount of materials and resources here toward recycling that can be used. For example, the foundry, which is a metal recycling, we recycle copper, aluminum, and brass for now, so that way it'll be turned into ingots and it'll be resell toward customers that want to like buy the materials in ingots and whatever the materials they can use for that the ingots for, that will be on their side. Next one is the recycling papers and cardboards. That's another thing too as well that we're interested toward, is basically making a 3D printing molds to actually make components off of the paper cardboards that's being recycled and can be reused over and over. Another one is the clothing section that we are interested in recycling clothing with, that is being implemented toward as manufacturing. We make our own components and machineries to actually break down the clothing, and at that same time it will be turned into fibers as toward bales or into windable threads. And lastly is um, we we're gonna go toward rubbers. That'll be till later on in the future. But we also recycle plastics. That's the biggest one of all. That it can be reused over and over toward malleable materials. But sometimes there's other materials that can't be recycled, but there is still uses toward the materials that is hard to recycle. That next last one is the going green hydroponic system. Our idea is to actually innovate our goals toward hydroponics. We notice that the environments around us that is causing toward global warming, environmental changes that's causing more of the uh, more of the changes right into our environment, and that one of the biggest one will be the water resources that we have to conserve or to actually maintain. So one of the ideas that to use hydroponics into the seedings and for maintaining it is that we do grasses, vegetables, and trees. We are still in development until further notice. As you can see, just additional resources are still in development because we're still in the process of building up right away. But at the same time, we are interested in making our own projects toward 3D printing and toward electronics. We want to do ones that's called the robotic controls that we want to try is using electrical electronics to actually maintain the environment toward green houses or toward hydroponic system that can be maintained through both moisture content and then the soil content, and then also maintaining the health and growth toward the plant's life. And another thing is the water system too as well. We are going toward that direction to actually make your own or make our own water filtration system, but at the same time using Arduino electronics to actually oversee the control over the maintaining the water resources. So that's our end of the conclusion of what we are as a business. We have two websites. One is the Facebook, and also another one is the Wix.com that we are making our own official website for any services or any other information that regards the Callus Micro Company. If you have any questions or any comments about this, we have an email here that you can send us an email if you're interested, or if that you want to ask some questions about this company that we are developing right now. So hope you guys understood the Callus Micro Company and how it's being developed. And there'll be another second video of how this is all related to one another and how it's being broken down into another video. Hope you enjoyed this video and give us a like and subscribe us for future customers or as a future subscriber. Thank you and have a great day.